Aloha friends, and welcome to Eating Richly. I'm Diana Johnson, and today we are making one of the most popular recipes on our site, the best blueberry muffins. I know, anyone can call anything the best, but seriously, people freak out about how good these are. These muffins are packed with fresh berries so that you get sweet, juicy blueberry in every bite. They're big muffins that spread out with a nice poofy top, and that muffin top is covered in a sweet, crunchy cinnamon sugar crumble that is everything. I perfected this recipe 11 years ago using the pounds and pounds of blueberries that Eric and I picked from a nearby blueberry farm. Now this was before I really started learning about nutrition and healthy eating, so the only thing healthy about this recipe is the blueberries. I am working on a healthier whole ingredient version, but these muffins are worth the occasional indulgence. Before we get started though, I would love to have you give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't worry, we can still be friends. And don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so that you'll get notified when we post a new video every Wednesday. When you subscribe, it actually helps us produce more great content because we aren't just at the mercy of the YouTube algorithm. Now let's get cooking, because whether you're cooking with someone, or for yourself, cooking time is connecting time. You're gonna start by preheating your oven to 400 degrees and lining a muffin tin with muffin cups, or spraying it with coconut oil. I use a 6 muffin tin because I love those big, poofy, spread out muffin tops with lots of crumb topping. We usually end up splitting the muffins in half and sharing them, but I don't want to switch to smaller muffins because then you lose that giant, crumbly, crunchy top. In a large bowl, add 1½ cups of flour, 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Make sure you use baking powder that comes in a can, not baking soda from a box. Mix these together and make sure you don't have any clumps. Now you need a glass measuring cup. Side note, if you have any interest in health and medicine, you've got to watch Dr. Mike's channel. I love it, but I crack up every time he cooks or does something where he has to measure liquid ingredients, because whenever he cooks and measures something, he uses a wine glass. This is not a glass measuring cup. This is a glass measuring cup. Now, I'm not hating on him or teasing him. I love that he's not afraid to just try cooking and have fun with it. And everyone has to start somewhere in their cooking journey. And I should just send him a glass measuring cup. In your glass measuring cup, you're gonna pour in 1/3 cup of avocado oil. Break 1 egg into the oil, and then add enough milk to make a full cup of liquid ingredients. This could be anywhere from 1/3 to 1/2 cup. For the milk, you can use regular milk, buttermilk, dairy-free milk. If you do coconut milk, I've only done the kind from a carton, not a can, so I don't know how canned coconut milk would turn out. Half of our family is dairy-free now, so I used almond milk for this video. Pour your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients and mix everything really well until there are no lumps. Now add 1½ cups of fresh blueberries and gently mix them in. If you only have frozen blueberries, don't worry, you can still use them. Just toss them in a bowl or a bag with a little bit of flour. Make sure they're all coated in the flour. That way you mix them in the batter, and when you put them in the muffin tin, they don't just sink straight to the bottom. Go ahead and spoon the batter into your muffin cups, and then we get to the crumb topping. You'll need 2 tablespoons of white sugar, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of softened butter or coconut oil, and a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. If you're making these dairy-free and using coconut oil instead of butter, make sure to add just a little bit of salt in with your crumb topping. Now use a fork to mix the ingredients. Press the fork down onto the clumps so they're forced through the tines of the fork to make smaller clumps. Just continue doing this until all of your dry ingredients are mixed in and everything is nice and crumbly. Cover the top of each muffin cup with lots of crumbly bits. Then bake the muffins for about 25 minutes until they are golden and a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. The toothpick might be a little bit blue if you poke it through a blueberry. That's okay, but it shouldn't have any of the batter of the muffins sticking to it. And because we fill the muffin tin so full and they spread out a lot, there could be spillover, so you may want to put a sheet pan underneath your muffin tin. Once the muffins are done, let them cool 10 minutes before removing them from the pan. You might need to use a table knife to gently separate the muffin tops from each other and the pan. And there you have it! Beautiful, fluffy, tender muffins with juicy blueberries and crunchy goodness. Make them to share or you will eat all of them yourself. The gift of muffins is a great way to make a new friend. I'd love to hear in the comments who you plan to share these muffins with. Mine will be dessert for the family after dinner tonight, and the kids are gonna be so excited. Oh, and do you think of muffins as a dessert, a breakfast, or a snack? I never know which one to categorize them as, so help me out. Just remember that whether it's in the comments, with me, or out in the world, you can be real and be nice. And I'll see you in my next video. Big fat rubber baby buggy bumpers. Tender muffin. My ear popped. Oh. I was crazy. Do you think of muffins as a dessert, a breakfast, or a snack?
Why not both?